Some wounds don't come from what you were given, but from what you never received. There are children who grow up learning that love is something they must earn, prove, or chase, never something that simply arrives for them. When a parent turns away, withdraws, or makes affection conditional, the child's mind doesn't blame the parent. It turns inward and begins to ask, "What's wrong with me? Why am I not enough?" Rejection at that age doesn't feel like a moment, it feels like a verdict. A quiet sentence that shapes how they move, speak, love, and trust for the rest of their life. These children learn to read silence like a language. They learn to anticipate danger in small changes in tone, in footsteps, in the shift of someone's eyes. And as they grow, they start believing something even harsher, that being abandoned is not something that happened to them, but something that will always happen to them. So they carry themselves carefully, avoiding conflict, avoiding needs, avoiding being too much, because deep inside, the fear remains. If I show who I really am, they might leave too. This is the scar left by parental rejection, not the absence of love, but the belief that you were unworthy of it in the first place. Parental rejection is not always loud. Sometimes it's the quiet absence, the emotional distance, the empty chair at the table that shapes a child more than any word ever could. When a child reaches out for love and touches coldness instead, the mind learns a painful lesson. Your needs are a burden. A rejected child grows up believing that love is conditional, fragile, and easily lost. They learn to hide their emotions, to shrink themselves, and to survive on the smallest crumbs of affection. The heart becomes careful, timid, always expecting to be pushed away. And even as they grow older, the echo of that early abandonment follows them. It whispers that closeness is dangerous. It teaches them to question their worth, to fear vulnerability, and to brace for rejection even when no danger is present. The psychology of a child who experienced parental rejection is the psychology of someone who learned too early that love can disappear without warning. It begins with a subconscious belief that they are unworthy, a belief planted not by truth but by absence. This child grows up constantly monitoring the emotions of others, terrified of repeating the moment they first felt unwanted. Their nervous system becomes wired for hypervigilance, always scanning for signs of abandonment, even in safe relationships. They struggle with trust because the person who was supposed to stay didn't, and that wound becomes the lens through which they view connection. Many develop a powerful fear of expressing their needs, convinced that wanting something from others will push them away. Others do the opposite and cling too tightly, hoping that perfect behavior will finally earn them the love they were denied. Rejection teaches them to become emotional caretakers, people pleasers, or extremes of withdrawal, depending on how they learn to survive. The scar of being abandoned does not only create fear, it also creates self-blame. Children assume everything is their fault, and that belief follows them into adulthood, shaping their decisions, relationships, and self-worth. Their psychology becomes a quiet battle between longing for love and expecting to lose it, between wanting closeness and believing they don't deserve it. And yet, beneath the pain, there is also resilience, a resilience built from surviving with less than what every child deserves. When you grow up carrying the wound of parental rejection, you often learn to survive by becoming who you think the world wants you to be, not who you truly are. But healing begins the moment you recognize that the rejection you experienced was never proof that you were unlovable. It was simply a reflection of someone who could not give what they never learned to hold. You start to heal when you stop chasing love in places that only recreate your childhood ache. You begin to heal when you stop shrinking yourself to keep others close. You heal when you realize that the people who abandoned you shaped your fears, but they do not get to shape your future. Healing is not about forgetting what happened. It's about reclaiming the parts of you that were ignored, dismissed, or treated as optional. It's about learning to sit with your own needs without feeling guilty or dramatic. It's about understanding that your sensitivity, your longing, your depth, these were never flaws. They were the parts of you that deserve protection. And slowly, you become aware that you no longer need to earn love through perfection, silence, or over-functioning. You begin to see that real love does not threaten to leave when you speak your truth. Real love does not make you fear being too much. Real love stays. And as this awareness grows, you finally learn to stay with yourself. Your story didn't end in the moment you were rejected. You grew beyond the place where love was denied to you. You learned to hold your own heart when no one else would. And even if the scars still ache, they no longer define you. You are not the child who was abandoned. You are the adult who survived, rebuilt, and learned to stay. And slowly, gently, you are becoming someone who chooses connection, not from fear, but from clarity. Your past shaped you, but it no longer owns you.